Hi everybody, OverPushed from here again. This morning when I woke up after 7, I felt that I was feeling rested enough and not too tired to start getting up and getting going to get ready to go to Bloomer today. So this morning I decided to just have breakfast here, some breakfast cereal with dried cherries in, and then had a bit of other stuff to do to get ready. And now I'm before I start going to Bloomer, I'm go to Burger King first to have coffee there, since that's the only place that I see that I have enough money for at least a small coffee with unlimited free refills. And well, I'll have to have the amount of coffee that I want to have, or I'll have to have as many refills as I want. I have to, make it quite a bit quick in having as many cups of coffee as I'd like to have before going to Bloomer. So now I'm gonna start getting going. Well, I really wanted to have gotten going after 10. But even 2 medium coffees took me quite enough time to drink. Well, I was also doing a Facebook post about the dog at the corner of Summit Street, like from here as they're going up Summit Street and passing by a White House on the corner across from Indian Head Motel. I was doing a Facebook post about that dog, about how I go about not feeling nervous or anything about that dog by singing overkill songs. Anyway, it's 13 or 14 after 11 now. So, well, hopefully enough I can still get there by 1, to Bloomer by 1, because I don't have quite the weight on the back of my bike that I even had last time I went to Bloomer. Last time I went to Bloomer on my bike, I didn't have any bicycle trailer yet then, but I did have, a lot more pounds of, stuff on the back of this bike that I'm sure made it take longer, that I kept me from going as fast. But now it might look, this might still look like, like as much weight, but it really isn't. There's not very much in the red duffel bag on the back of my bike there, and it's just a couple jackets on top, and then what's in my bike pannier bags, and then also these bags on the handlebars. I'm able to ride a lot faster with all that stuff, with the stuff I got on the back of my bike now, and those bags on the front of my bike. I'm still able to ride a lot faster with that stuff than what I used to have all on the back of this bike. That was probably 30 or over 30 pounds of stuff before I got the bicycle trailer. So that, with that, with just the way I got on my bike now, helping me ride quite enough faster. With having a lot less weight, helping me, have an easier time going faster. That should help me still get to Bloomer, hopefully by 1 or not too long after 1, so that I can still have a couple hours at least in Bloomer before I have to start going back. I try to get up and get going at a time when I'm gonna do that long distance, bicycle tour, yeah, I really try to get up and get going to get going quite enough earlier. I'm just not one that really has too easy of a time being a really early riser in the morning, and this time 7 after 7 was that's as early as I felt able to get up by, and then the time it took me to have get ready to have something for breakfast and have it what I had for breakfast, and then put my breakfast stuff away in a small plastic bin and in a big black food locker. Yeah, then and then also by the time I got done doing the other stuff to get ready, then then it was getting after 10 already before coming here to Burger King to have it for sure at least a couple mugs, medium mugs of coffee. Now I'm gonna get going right now, so I can hopefully get to Bloomer at 1 or not too long after 1, so I can still have maybe a couple of hours there before I have to start coming back. I'm gonna get back in time for Barnabas, a free meal at Barnabas. So or I'm start getting going now, and what way do I start getting there? I start getting there the way that I like the way a man named Steve at Agnes Table told me. Start going up the hill on Wheaton Street, which is, see, I'm sure I gotta start going. I'm trying to see which way I'm trying to see which way my finger is pointing on the phone screen. That way on Island Street. Yeah, I gotta start going up that way, I'm sure, to start finding where Wheaton Street or the one of the streets leading to Wheaton Street. I went up Island Street and then took Island Street all the way up to Stanley Street, and then now I'm taking a left on Stanley Street. You have to go up the hill. To get to Wheaton Street. So I'll be pushing this bike up the hill, even if I don't have that much weight, because even in the lowest gear, it might still be better on my bike's drivetrain to just walk it up. I forgot it was really actually Elm Street that I wanted to have gone up to on Island Street and then turned left on. Oh well, I just turned from the last street I was on. That I turned up, and then just turned right on Superior Street behind me. Going that way, and then just took Superior to Elm here. This is the way when it's to Elm that I usually went up Island Street too, and then went up all the way up on Elm to Wheaton Street. So I'm get going now. And before doing this bit of video, I got a box with the little, text saying, about my battery power being low. So I'll have to put my iPhone in my bag on my back that I got my power bank in. Yeah, and have it plugged into my power bank for a little while, at least till it gets charged up enough. And here I am on Wheaton Street. Now turn right this way. Yeah, and I know for sure that I'm on the right road when I see this sign, North County Q, and up ahead there is going to be a roundabout that I'm going to go through, straight through. And now there's the roundabout. I'm almost to the end of this road. The roundabout, it's not actually quite that close. I just have it zoomed in, just so everyone can see the roundabout good in this video. So now I'll get going through the roundabout and continuing on North County Q. Now I just passed a sign, a green sign that, a street kind of sign with it saying Highway County Q this way. And yeah, that's good to see. I just remembered that, another one of the good ways to make sure that I keep on the right road without getting lost, like I did the very first time when going from Bloomer to Chippewa. I now, ever since that happening, I now remind myself, stay on cue, stay on cue, stay on cue, stay on cue. Then I get there. I find myself getting there to Bloomer and back without getting lost. Also, I know my face don't look the nicest on camera, or everyone. Also, to everyone who sees me off camera, in person, I know my face don't look the nicest today. But I'm just not really very good at wet shaving without getting, myself cut, without getting cuts on my face. I think that's all that I can think of to say. That I want to say. Before I started doing this video, I see my iPhone clock say 12:26. When I see that, I hope that I'm about to get to Bloomer for sure, like at least quarter after one, if not at one, so that I can still have enough time in Bloomer before I have to start getting back to Chippewa. Now because of how earlier it starts getting darker. Well, also, a cool thing I should say that I just have to tell about, that I'll be putting a shot of a photo, shot of right here is in editing, that is before I got here, I was passing by this recording studio. There used to be one. It's a house that there used to be a recording studio at. And if you see, I have the phone number on the photo of the sign blotted out. That's because an older lady who came and asked me, "Can I help you?" She and I said I was just getting a shot of the phone number. I told her I'm a big music person, and also I'm also big about recording studios, and but then she told me that they're retired now, that so they don't have the recording studio no more there or at the house, or if they do, if they still do have the recording studio set up in a, wherever they have the recording studio in the house, they they don't have it, as a business anymore. Yeah, they're just not doing the recording studio business anymore. They might still have it, set up at least for themselves, for like if her or anyone in the house there still plays an instrument and sings, they might still have the recording studio set up just for themselves, for their own personal use. And I'm just guessing on that. But they just don't really have it as a working business anymore. The recording studio, if they still do have it set up, just only probably just only for their own personal use, they might have it still set up, and that's all. And now I want to continue getting going. Yeah, see, a long time ago, that'd be last fall, when I was going from Bloomer to Chippewa. I'm quite sure that it's this road that I got lost on for a good while, because I was following Google directions to get from Bloomer to Chippewa, and somehow this road, when I took this road from wherever that was, back then, when I was going last fall, when I was going from Bloomer to Chippewa for the first time, I did not go on this bridge like I'm gonna in a bit. I went somewhere, I'm sure before the bridge, I went on this road, because I'm sure it was this road I went on, because that's what it was one of the roads in the Google directions, that the Google directions was given. But like I said before, way back there, that ever since that happening, I just keep reminding myself once in a while, I just keep reminding myself, stay on cue, stay on cue, stay on cue, stay on cue. I feel now that I should have known that back then. I don't know. It was the first time though that I went from Bloomer to Chippewa. After going from Rice Lake, to Bloomer, then going from Bloomer to Chippewa, then last fall was my very first time at going to Chippewa from Bloomer. Here's the part that I like to show, because I'm sure this is where I'm starting to get close, and it's 102. Yeah, so it's good to see this part, or this area at 102, because of being sure that I remember this is where I'm starting to get close enough to Bloomer. Looks like a sheep farm over there. I hope everyone can excuse me. I have trouble being the stillest when it comes to doing video. If anyone says it's the caffeine from the coffee, well, yeah, I only had 2 medium cups at Burger King and Chippewa. I only had 2 medium cups. When I point it this way straight ahead, then I'm able to be stiller. So maybe I should have turned. Maybe I should have turned that way. Guess I'm better at holding more still while I'm holding it, my phone, with the camera straight ahead. Well, let's see. Before I started doing this video, my iPhone clock's at 1:14, and I'm sure I have to be pretty closer enough to bloomer. It shouldn't be long now that I start getting into the bloomer. This nice little park, Will Park, I feel would be nice to stop at, to have some food pantry food that I got along for lunch. But then, in the case of maybe possibly being able to get power on at the bigger park here in Bloomer, which I got into at 1:30. Yeah, that's what time my iPhone clock said. By the time I got here in the Bloomer, it said 1:30. But anyway, just in case the bigger park might have, just in case I might be able to get power on, to charge my power bank up more, which I wouldn't count on, because last time I did the last long distance bike tour from Chippewa to Bloomer here, I did I couldn't get power on to any outlets at that bigger park, so I wouldn't count on being able to either here in Bloomer. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to count on being able to get power to any of those outlets at the bigger park here either this time. But just in case I might. But even if I don't, if I can't get any power to any outlets at the bigger park here in Bloomer, at least my power bank, last time I looked at it a little while ago, it said 45%. It's still at 45%, which is good, because I need to charge my bike lights before I start going, just in case I leave at a time where before I get back it starts getting dark. Then at least I'll know for sure that I got my bike lights 100% charged for that. So now I'll start getting going to that park I'm sure is, or I do want to go to next to start eating food pantry food mine for lunch. Yeah, I got a can of tuna and mayonnaise packet to mix in it, and bread for the making the tuna fish sandwich, and crackers, some good crackers, and pinto beans, and rhubarb pie, almost half a rhubarb pie long. This is the park I was talking about. I forgot the name of the park before, but before coming here, I saw 2 signs when I was going through town to this park. It said North City Park, so that's what it is. And They got decorations on the fences for Christmas. They also got the decorations on the main town street. And it looks like during the Christmas time, it looks like they have like a nice little Christmas fair. For sure, when I see that Suds and Duds down there, and that Airways Transit, and other stuff like that, that will be even better to see when they got it all set up and the lights on it, all working. Good, I'm in luck. There's power to these outlets. And there's also outlets on those poles too. Under this plug in, and there's outlets also back there. Oh, and also on those poles, on a couple poles there. So that's good, because then I can get my power bank charged up more, and my bike lights on my bike there also charged up all the way while I have stuff to eat. And yeah, I'll be able to have everything. See, this iPhone I'm sure is somewhere over 90% charged right now off the power bank as I just come here to Bloomer. That way, on the way back to Chippewa, I'll for sure be good, because not only will I have, well, I'm not gonna get my power bank charged up to 100%, because that would take too long. I wouldn't get back to Chippewa. It'd be getting dark way, soon before I got back to Chippewa, if I waited for my power bank to get charged up all the way. But with how charged up that I'm at least able to, that I at least have time to get it. Then plus how much more I'll have my bike lights charged up, and this iPhone, I'll for sure be all good. I'll for sure be all good, so that when I start, it's for sure when it comes to my bike lights, that's the most important. Making sure my bike lights are all 100% charged up, so that if I get going back at a time where it starts getting dark, even when I got 5 miles to get back to Chippewa, then at least then I'm sure to have enough battery power in my bike lights for going the rest of the way. So, and let's see. If anyone like my oldest sister, oh no, I was gonna say, I think I was gonna say about Social Security when it comes to my disability. If like doing long distance bicycle touring like this is one of the reasons that they cut my disability off last July. Well, I would have to tell them about a YouTube video about, yeah, for sure, a YouTube video that I remember finding one time where they're telling about, see, because the thing I originally got on disability for was anxiety attack, problem that made me not able to work a full-time job, for when it came to having enough to pay the rent with and stuff. Yeah, in whatever apartment I lived in. So that's what I originally got on disability for. So that I'd have that, the disability money for, the rest of, rent and other, living, living expenses. I was trying to think of, that, yeah, I'd have disability money for rent and other living expenses that I need it for. Besides what extra at least made even at a part-time job. But anyway, yeah. If one of the reasons I cut my disability off last July is because of doing this long distance bicycle touring, that if they're also figuring if I can do this long distance bicycle touring, that then I really must not have a disability. Yeah, that's where it'd be good to bring up to them for sure. One YouTube video I remember that they're saying in it that cycling it really actually helps your stress. And yeah, it when it comes to long distance bicycle touring, from one city to another or one town to another. Yeah, sure, it takes a lot longer than a car, than getting to the next town or city by car or anything like that. But I notice with the exercise, that I get from long distance bicycle touring, I notice how much better I feel. I really feel like I have more energy. Yeah, because it gets the blood flowing more. I'm sure that's also, where it makes me feel like I have more energy, and then I don't really feel tired. That's also one of the, I'd say, is also one of the reasons that I need to do it quite enough more. Although my sister, my oldest sister, in text messages, she don't sound like she'd agree with that, because of the thing that, this long distance bicycle touring is the thing that got me homeless. Well, I did it too late last fall, but yeah, but again, when I did it in the very end of the last fall, I still would have been good for getting back to Rice Lake before winter just totally hit and never let up. If I would have went, if when I got to Chippewa on the 31st of last November, if I would have just only stuck with the plan of once I got to Chippewa, then starting to ride back to Rice Lake, because because on the 31st of last November, winter didn't totally hit like it did on December 1st. Yeah, so I just, I was so sure though that, when I decided to go to Eau Claire yet, and then start going back on December 1st to Rice Lake. Yeah, I thought so sure that I remembered about all other years, winter not hitting until, for sure, like somewhere in, halfway in the second week of the month. So I thought, so sure I still had enough time to get back to Rice Lake from Eau Claire on December 1st. But no, not when winter just totally hit like that on December 1st. Instead of totally hitting like that a week and a half later in December, like I remember it usually did. Yeah, I'll be able to say now that I got to visit Bloomer again at least one more time before the winter weather, it hits and then never goes away. And I guess, yeah, and this time when I did this long distance bike tour to Bloomer, this one more time before next spring. At this time, I had some stuff to show. I had, which is the stuff that the Christmas stuff they're setting up here. But it'd be good if I'd be able to make it again. After they have the Christmas stuff all set up and all the lights on. But then I'd have to be here at night though. If I wanted to be able to get video of all the Christmas decorations here and all the lights working on them. I just wouldn't be the craziest. I don't think it'd really be the craziest about being in the dark, out in the countryside, out in the how long a stretch of countryside that I got to go, back to Chippewa. But now I'm going to start eating enough of my food pantry food for a quite bit late lunch now. Well, I'm done eating now. I didn't have the pinto beans though because I don't think I had any silverware along, and the only silverware that I know I had, with my food stuff in Pat and Randy's shed is a regular metal spoon and then a plastic spoon in my green and silver cup that's in a bin. And so, well, I also had to just forget about eating the pinto beans because of how cold it is. The part of me that was for sure getting too cold, I was just looking at my fingers, the tips of my fingers, because that's for sure the part of me that was getting too cold to mess with, eating anything more. Was the tips of my fingers, because how much I had to do with getting my tuna fish and with a mayonnaise packet ready for in a sandwich. And yeah, I had most of it in a sandwich, between bread, and then I also saved a bit enough in the tuna can to also have I guess for sure 3 crackers, because I felt I had to also enjoy a bit of it too on for sure like 3 crackers or maybe 4, especially with the mayonnaise mixed in. And then I just had more crackers, a good bit more crackers and then enough piece of the half a rhubarb pie that I also brought along. Is a half a rhubarb pie that I got from Agnes' table, and so but that was enough. Yeah, tuna fish, in between bread. Yeah, enough tuna fish in between bread, and then also a few crackers. Yeah, with the mayonnaise mixed in, and then also having a good bit more crackers and enough of a piece of rhubarb pie. That was enough. That felt like enough for me to hold me over till the evening meal at Barnabas. So I'm going to say my bike lights. Let's see if I can just do it with this camera. Yeah, I'm just charging my bike lights the rest of the way in there. Yeah, in there off the power bank. So yeah, that way my bike lights will still get charged. That way they'll still get charged all the way, even while I'm riding back to Chippewa. Is by having them plugged in my power bank, so that if it would even start getting a good bit dark enough before I got to Chippewa, then I would have my both bike lights still charged all the way. Charge a good part of the way here at this North City Park in Bloomer, and then charge the rest of the way off the power bank in my bag there. So I'm gonna get going now. I need to stop in somewhere warm, and I guess that will be the library. Yeah, so I'm gonna get going now to the library to warm up a bit. Warm back up a bit. I'm not feeling really cold. But maybe just a little chilly. So go in there for a good few minutes, and then also get. Hopefully, they would also have a. Yeah, they should have a water fountain for sure. That I can fill up a plastic water bottle that the lady at that where there used to be a recording studio. Yeah, the house that there used to be that her and others used to have a recording studio at. Gave me a bottled water there. I forgot to say before, and after having stuff to eat, I drink the rest of that bottled water up. So I want to. And I forgot to bring my my water bottle, my bag of water bottles, my metal water bottles. So I want to at least have that plastic water bottle full of even drinking fountain water for on the way back. Well, I'll drink some, I'll drink enough at the drinking fountain at the library before I go. And then if I feel that I need to drink any water before I get back to Chippewa, then I'll also have that bottled water bottle, full of at least water fountain water from the library. I forgot I wanted to show the town a little bit. Yeah, when one man at the North City Park here in Bloomer gave me a $20 bill. I didn't expect it. I never expect any people to give me money. But it's just so good when they do. Yeah, until whenever the heck my disability gets come back in, and it better come in, soon. It better come back in soon, or I am gonna get even just a good enough part-time job with even let's see, 15, maybe like 15 hours a week. Just even though that wouldn't get me very much, even if it didn't get me very much a week, it would at least give me enough something, money wise, it'd still be a lot more than just a 10 here once in a while and a 20 there once in a while. But anyway, since since even a Dairy Queen treat is something I haven't had in a good while, since one of the last times that anyone gave me money in Chippewa. That's where, before going back to Chippewa, I am going to have a little quick Dairy Queen treat here at this Dairy Queen in Bloomer. Yeah, it'll be just be it'll just be a little sundae, a small sundae, I guess, or yeah, I guess a small would be enough. Yeah, with hot fudge and caramel. That's what I want to have on it. Because yeah, even with tuna fish sandwich and how many crackers I had and how much of a piece of rhubarb pie I had at the North Sea Park, I feel I could still go for a little sundae, a small Dairy Queen sundae. I wish I would have thought about looking up this way sooner, because I changed my mind about going to the library, because I felt I need to just get going quite a bit sooner out, that way back to Chippewa. And so I just ended up getting a bottle of water here at Dairy Queen. And then found out after they rung my small sundae up with the bottle of water here, then I found out that it's going to be coming up to somewhere over $6. Where if I would have thought of looking up this way, then at Dollar Tree right over there, I could have gotten a bottle of water just for $1. Because, see, I forgot how much over $6 it was, but anywhere over $6 is more than I wanted to spend of that 20 that man at the North Sea Park gave me. Because even $20 goes fast. So that's where I really would like to have thought. That's where I wished I had happened to look up that way, to see that there was that Dollar Tree and the Family Dollar, so I could have got a bottle of water just for $1. Even just for $1, it wouldn't have been cooler, cold. It would have got cold. I could have drank I don't know, half of it, and then the rest of it would have gotten cold by the time I would have, chose to drink the rest on the way back to Chippewa. I'll just I'm just going to be more choosy about, or selective about what else I buy with the rest of that 20. At least I still had $1 or something left, from the last time someone gave me 20. Yeah, at least I still had $1 or something, left from then. From the 20 that someone else in Chippewa last gave me. So that way kind of makes it a little not as bad. about spending about spending over $6 between the small Sunday and the Dasani bottle water here. But now I'll for sure get the heck going. So by the time I get close enough to Chippewa, hopefully it won't be getting too dark yet. Oh shoot! There's a dog in a house over there that I was just getting ready to do a little overkill world of hurt past that dog. But then one of the owners of the house had to call it in. I wanted to have fun with that dog over there barking at me, trying to chase him after him, barking at me with the Overkill World of Hurt song. But she had to call the dog back, and she took away my fun there. Well, I'm going back to Chippewa now, and I felt how much time I had here was enough time for me. This is a nice good while, and it's good I found a few things to show and tell about to make it enough of a video. And I don't remember in any of the other bike tour videos, from Chippewa to Bloomer here, I don't remember doing any showing, the Christmas stuff that they're, putting up now. Anyway, that's it. I'm starting to go back now. Yeah, back past the water treatment plant. Yeah, this is the way I always go back. Past, well, first, it's, this road goes on that bridge, but then left, it's where I go past the water treatment plant. I turn left up there, and because that's the way that leads me. That for sure leads me right back to County Highway Q. So yeah, so now since I can't hold the phone, in one hand, in the right hand, hand it all the way like this, I'll have to just make that it for now. Unless I find anything, to show and tell about on the way back, which I would doubt if I would, because I don't see that there'd be anything on the way back to show and tell about. But I guess there's a bit of times you probably never know what might happen, what new might happen to show and tell about. But otherwise, I'm make this it for now. And so here it is, the Bloomer wastewater treatment plant. Also, another thing I just wanted to say about, if Social Security thinks that, or if them at Social Security, I should say, think that my long distance bike touring, if I can do that, then I must not have a disability. Another thing I was going to say about that is that, if they really think that, and and how, like I said before, that about that one YouTube video is saying that cycling, for sure, long distance cycling actually helps reduce stress. And that leads to anxiety attacks. Well, yeah. And when it comes to the stress that them at Social Security, are causing me by having cut my disability off last July, and then making me go through a bunch of crap, others, to get it back, instead of just because they, I don't know how much it would have been because of the long distance bicycle touring or not. There's some reason that they decided I didn't have a disability no more. That's also that's the reason that they gave me, the for sure reason that they gave me about having cut it off on me. But I'm sure it had to also be quite enough of not, because of not having an address. Like when they, to send them, back disability review forms and whatever in that order. But when it comes to the stress that they're causing me, making me go through all the crap they're making me have to go through again, to get the disability money back, instead of instead of just believing, me that I still have that disability I originally got on it for, and just reinstating it for me, then then that's where they're causing me enough more stress, that's where I feel I have to do as much more of this long distance bike touring as I possibly can, because that's what someone should show any of them at, or give them at Social Security a link to this video for us, is so that they can hear me say it, so they can hear me tell about how they're the cause, a lot of the cause of the stress that I'm having, or that I'm going through lately, because of that, because of not just believing me about the anxiety attack thing, being that I still have that disability, still, instead of just believe me about me still having that disability, and just cut my disability off on me and making me have to go through all their crap of getting it, getting it back. That's where they're causing me a lot of enough stress, to the point where then I can't help feeling like having to try to do enough more long distance bike touring, even until winter really hits again, or starts hitting again, and doesn't go away. And right up there, it says Wheaton Street. So, this is the corner of Wheaton and Elm. And Elm is the street I originally wanted to go on. Well, the time that I got going from Bloomer, I still did end up a good few miles, I guess, in the dark. It looked like I did still have a good few miles to go when it really started getting quite dark enough. But I didn't really mind too much, because I got a good bike light set with a good bike headlight and tail light. So long as I had a good bike light set with a good bike headlight that I could really see good where I was going, for sure, with two rows of 3 LED flashlights on full brightness, and then a good tail light that I have right on the back where people in their cars can see. Yeah, I have it in the mode where it's, just straight red on the outside, and then have these six little, lights inside that, flashing. And when I look down that way, and I rethink about it good, then it seems like where, when I first went from Bloomer to Chippewa here, and I ended up getting here when it was dark at night. Yeah, now when I look down this way, it comes to my mind that when I first came here from Bloomer to Chippewa last fall, that this is a street that had to have come down on, because now it seems to look familiar here. You see, once last spring came along, once I end up for Claire for 6 or 7 months at Sojo's, and then last spring I start getting here to Chippewa. Yeah, now when I look down this way at night, now it comes to my mind that the first time I was going from Bloomer to Chippewa here, last fall. Yeah, it comes to my mind now that this has to be the street that I was coming down, and that, yeah, Elm has to be had to be the street that I was coming down on, from the first time I went from Bloomer to Chippewa here last fall, because I know. I remembered going down a pretty steep hill once I but then I also remembered, though, seeing a blue Chippewa Falls water tower and a school too, wherever that was up that way. And it was, I was, so it had to be up there somewhere that I got, seemed to have gotten stuck, and it had to be an area somewhere up, the area up there, by Elm and other streets, like Elm. It had to be, in an area up there that I got stuck. Couldn't find my way to downtown here in Chippewa, because of the fact that I knew I came down quite a steep hill, and then I forgot to watch for a sidewalk ramp, and jumped right out the curb. Then now when I look down this way, down this street, now it seems to look familiar. Because I knew I was I knew last fall after coming from Bloomer to Chippewa here for the first time, I remembered seeing signs, with yellow and and red letters, and then yeah, I also remembered seeing the NSP, the NSP way down there. You can only see part of the N and the S of NSP way down there. But see, things look different at night in a way than they do during the day. So that's why I couldn't remember, what way I came down from the first time I went from Bloomer to here in Chippewa. But now it comes to my mind it had to be down this street, which I'm sure is Bay Street. And maybe down there on the side of the street maybe that's where I see the Burger King sign from a distance. It was that blue water tower over there. It's over there. That there's a school somewhere over there. I'm talking again about the very first time I went from Bloomer to Chippewa here. That's where I ended up. This is the area I ended up in, where I got to that the school over by that blue water tower, and then because of how dark it was outside, I must have got walking somewhere that way, or that way, because I know that when I was worried about getting hypothermia, because of how cold it was getting, when I started to get worried about possibly getting hypothermia if I couldn't find my way downtown to pop in somewhere and warm up soon, and they called 911, then a police officer, I'm sure it had to be in that direction that he had to have, led me, somewhere in that direction. That I then found my way, downtown, because I'm sure that it was Elm Street over that way. I'm sure that was a steep hill I went down. It was Elm Street Hill, and I do remember there being a White House on that corner too. And I somehow missed seeing the sidewalk ramp when I got to the corner down that hill, and jumped the curb, then I had to have turned on the Bay Street because of like how I was telling about last night about how when I look down Bay Street, how at night, how it looks familiar, how it looks like 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 all the business, all the lit up business signs I seen, look started look like what I remember seeing after on my first time of going from Billerman to Chippewa here, and finally finding my way downtown.